This is one of those topics that could get ugly, and maybe in my math lab you'll run into a few ugly examples, but try to remember that anything I'm going to put on a test is going to be fairly straightforward, unless we're testing in my math lab again, and God, I hope we are not. We're finding the equation of a circle given sufficient information, meaning given enough information we can find the equation of a circle. And we're going to look at three different situations here, where we've got the center and the radius, where we have a center and a point that's on the circle, and then if we have the graph of a circle. And the first one is going to be the easiest. Remember that the equation of a circle looks like this. And it's always got x with a number squared, in parentheses y with a number squared, and then the radius squared on this side. So I'll just put squared there. All right, and the numbers with the x and the y come from the center, and we change the sign. So if the x-coordinate of the center is 2, x minus 2. The y-coordinate of the center is negative 5. Change the sign, we get plus 5. And then here we just pop the radius in there and square. So we get x minus 2 squared plus y plus 5 squared equals, you wouldn't want to leave it as 6 squared. My math lab might not count that right. I would, but my math lab might not. And this is what we got here. All right, that one's very easy. If you're given the center and the radius, just put the numbers in where they belong. Make sure you have all the pieces and parts of the equation. What if you've got the center and a point that's on the circle, meaning our center is at here, negative 1, 4, and I'm not going to draw the whole circle, but if I were to draw it, it would go through the point 3, 7 there and all the way around, etc. Well, look at what we need, right? We've got our x something squared, our y something squared, and then our radius squared over here. We need three things. We need the x-coordinate of the center, which we have, so we can put in our x plus 1 there. We need the y-coordinate of the center, which we have, so minus 4. Remember, change the sign. And then the other thing we need is the radius. Well, the radius here isn't given to us, but we do have the center and a point on the circle. And we know that the radius is just the distance between those 2 points. And we did that in an earlier topic. We know how to find the distance. We just draw ourselves a right triangle down from the top point, over from the bottom point, and then count squares. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we use the Pythagorean theorem. 3 squared plus 4 squared and square root. And we know 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16. That gives us 25. Square root of 25 is 5. There's our radius. And again, that makes sense. If this line segment is 3 units long, this one's 4 units long, then that one's a little bit longer than 4, and 5 is a little bit bigger than 4. And of course, we want to write that as 25 instead of 5 squared. Okay, so if we got the center and a point on the circle, we get our x and y coordinates for free. And then all we have to do is find the distance between those 2 points, and that gives us the radius. Okay, so not much more difficult. Our third situation, where we're given the graph of a circle, this is even easier than the last one. We know what we need, right? We need our x squared, our y something squared, and then our radius squared there. Well, all I have to do here to find the x-coordinate of the center is look. This is over 1, 2, 3, 4. That's negative 4. So it would be x plus 4. Our y-coordinate here is 2. We're 2 units up from the axis. So it would be minus 2 with the y. And then our radius, all we have to do is count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or as I said before, we'd want to write 25. Real simple. All you got to do is count squares, and that'll give you your x and y coordinates. Here, our center is at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be x squared plus y minus 5 squared. Right? If it's 0, we wouldn't write x minus 0. It wouldn't be wrong to write it that way, but we don't need to. Y minus 5. And then our radius here is just 1 unit. So 1 squared. There you go. That's all there is to it.